Now, this is a story all about how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real. In 2013, this mysterious message was tweeted by a young man named Jaden, the son of Will Smith. Although Twitter was much smaller then, the popularity of this one tweet went beyond social media. Everyone was talking about it. After all, what could this possibly mean?
It's rewind time.
In his first album, Sire, Jaden reveals that he's Martin Luther King. But how could this be? Many investigators say this tweet holds the answer. The Jaden Code, the message to save our generation. While many internet mysteries get cracked by some of the most intelligent minds around the world, the Jaden Code has forever remained unsolved. Until now. Before you solve the riddle, you need to solve the man, the Smith, the legend. Those seeking to crack the code have carefully combed over the details of his life, from aliens, the pyramids, a real-life Wakanda, great acting and music, terrible acting and music, his lovers, his father, the exact vitamins he was lacking in his vegan diet. But the top Jaden Code crackers know that anything significant in the mystery leads back to the biggest piece of the puzzle. Sire, his first album. The first clue came from the movie After Earth, where Jaden plays the son of a revered legend, a hero's journey plagued by living in the shadow of his father as he attempts to break out of becoming a mirror image of him. How do we know this was a clue from Genius Jaden? The movie premiered May 1st, 2013, the same exact day Jaden premiered the Jaden Code. But as clues like this racked up over the years, investigators missed the most important one. Nobody thought that his new music video, Cabin Fever, had any clues. But as a doctor, I knew better, and that they were the ones without a clue. If you pay attention, you'll notice his cabin fever is so bad that he's protesting his own room, clearly wanting to be in a cabin instead. But why? Because cabins lead back to the biggest piece of the puzzle. Sire, the home of cabins in Minnesota. But that's not all. The next time Jaden performs in Minnesota seemed to be a dead end, until the performance time caught my attention. You can probably already tell why. 30 is how old Will was when he gave birth to Jaden, and 19 is how old Jaden was when he gave birth to the album. The signs couldn't be clearer. But how does this tie back to the Jaden Code? How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? Throughout Sire, Jaden's eyes are closed. He has a dream where he tells us how awesome he is, most notably calling himself Martin Luther King, who's famous for saying, "I have a dream." In his final speech, he reminds us, "I've been to the mountaintop, I've seen the promised land." And where is Jaden on the cover of Sire? A mountaintop, looking over the land of false promises, Los Angeles. Sire represents Jaden's hero fantasy, an escape from living in the shadow of the Fresh Prince, where he could instead be king. The ruined land of a pre-civil rights movement bred leaders like MLK to deliver a promise for a new generation. And in the sequel album to Sire, Aris, Jaden's character arrives in a much similar fashion to bring promise back to the ruined city of Los Angeles, but with a hella chill vibe. A vibe of optimal chillness is necessary for speaking to our generation, which is why he has to use extremely similar melodies, rhythmic patterns, instrumentation, thematic elements, and sonic composition as some of the greatest vibe makers alive, because without it, we just wouldn't understand the deepness of his message. Or not, and everything he's saying from his lyrics to his Twitter is just fake deep. But even if that's the case, that means the Jaden Code is so fake deep that it's accidentally deep again. Throughout Sire, Jaden goes through an egotistical dream state, but at one point, he expresses a disconnection with his identity, citing reflection. So that one hint of self-reflection isn't a part of the dream, because when you wake up from a dream, your eyes are open. And how can you have the self-reflection to realize your delusion when your eyes are closed? How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? Because realize. The code tells us that self-reflection, mirrors, can only exist if we honestly see, realize ourselves. If it takes honest self-reflection to realize the real lies we tell ourselves, then no matter how much we think we're the heroes or doctors like Martin Luther King, until we take a good hard look at ourselves, maybe we're just a bunch of Jaden Smiths. But not me, obviously, because I'm a real doctor.